so I'm going to take you on to push hands. Okay, now, those of you who think you know this push hands, don't go on any further than I tell you to start with, okay? Because I want to make sure everyone's doing it absolutely correctly and the same way. And I've learned a really good way of teaching this way of real push hands. Why would someone teach a self-defense art, real self-defense art, and then teach it, and then tell you to push someone? That's ridiculous. You don't want to push anyone. You're not going to do any damage pushing someone unless they're on a cliff. There's no pushing in Taiji. You don't push anyone in Taiji. Pushing hands is a misnomer. It should be called joining hands. We only put pushes in there. You never push anyone in push hands. Only we put power onto each other to cause our body to react in the correct way, to get rid of that power and to re-attack. That's the only reason we put power into our push hands. Push hands is the most excellent abstract way of learning real self-defense. You have every attack and defensive motion hidden there in your push hands. And it goes into your mind subconsciously and reflexively. So, you got it? I just want to, a policeman comes, I just want to learn how to defend myself without a gun or a knife. Walking down the street, someone attacks me. Why would I then tell him to go? What, is he going to walk down the street like this? You just stand there. The biggest thing, the furthest we go is we simply hold a power stance. That is, the front foot is positioned across the other foot. That foot is actually straight. So we're just in the street. And look. That's our push hands. 3 points touching, you remember. 1, 2, 3. That's how we start. This is called pun. This is called hinge. Pun hinge is the best way for any self-defense. You have everything covered here. You have every weapon at your disposal from this position. So we're going to be doing, still going to be doing the 4 movements of Taiji. Bun, Lui, Jai, On. Bun is ward off. Lui is to roll. Here's the roll back. Look. Now we did it the other day. We're not pulling. We're rolling back. And there's chi. There's the roll back. Sorry. Here. There's chi. And here's on. Yeah, now I'm going to do it. But we'll just do the first bit first. So Eli's going to be pushing. I'm going to be doing the pump. Did you notice what my left arm's doing, my hinge? The rule is, this is your sensing hand. This senses what to do at the beginning. The hinge is your attacking hand. So if Eli attacks hard, and also the rule is, with our system, with our club, of which you're all part of now, whether you like it or not, if you go to anyone else's club, you see a big guy there, and you say, you want to just push hands? And he stands like this. You say, oh, okay, fine. You just stand like this. First thing he's going to think of is, why are you standing like that? He doesn't know to push hands. The rule is, if anyone tries to push you and make an idiot of you, or turn it into some sort of competition, hit him. That's the rule. We're learning self-defense. We're not learning a silly little bloody competition for going and getting a trophy. We're not learning that. We're learning real self-defense. So if he's in a big low stance, he's going to really show his students how he's going to lift me off the ground, uproot me.
Hey, that's quite good.
Never say uproot me. You all know what? No. It has a completely different meaning in Australia. There was an article in the Tai Chi magazine when it first came out. I was banned from that magazine, by the way. And it said, to root in Australia means to have intercourse. So there was an article come out that says, before you do Tai Chi, you must have a good room. I have a huge class with men. Okay, so if he's going to get anything big, he's going to go and hit me, he's going to go and roof me up. Bang! I'll get you, mate. Hit him, because that's how you're trained. He wants you to play his game, don't play his game. You do like how you've been. I mean, don't hurt him, but just, you just go smacking on the ear, and he probably won't even recognise that he's been hit. Then you just walk out. So that's what we're learning here. So see, here's the subconscious reaction. Look where my elbow is. As you guys putting pressure on my arm, bang. That's what I'm really doing. I'm not doing it, but bang! That's what I'm doing to him. Subconsciously. I know that's what I'm doing to him. Or, that's what I'm doing to him. I don't do it to him because it's an abstract way of learning. The abstract way of learning about self-defense is the utmost way of learning about self-defense. Because your body, as I said yesterday, moves without even thinking about it. Push hands we call walking down the street. So these movements, we'll just do a few of these. We're just going to learn the first movement in a minute, but we're just going to show you. This is what we were doing yesterday, but it gets that way after a while. But this is the basic. This is This is what we call walking down the street. Anything different happens to you from this position, you strike. Now my favourite strike is fingers to CV22. I do that automatically. No matter what happens, it's fingers into his neck straight away. So you'll get 1, 2, 3 at the most favourite methods, kill methods, that you'll use instinctively. You can't use any more than 3. We only learn the applications of the Taiji form so that the energy will go through the correct meridians to do that sort of work. It's not to teach you how to fight using 10,000 applications. You can't learn that. You can only learn 3. That's the scientifically, you can only change 3 movements in your body to reflex. And that's what this push hands gives you. So my favourite one, I use that almost instinctively, is the fingers into the CV, because that will stop anyone. Doesn't matter if there's a giant. This here is very weak. And you all know, kid, you're running around the backyard, you're running, no one's got clotheslines here. You remember there's a clothesline? We used to have a clothesline, and sure enough, you run and you go, like this. It's a horrible film. And you remember the old Sean Connery film? He was at the door and he just stuck his thumb into it. We have that move. We have that move.
The Presidio.
What?
The Presidio. Right?
Yeah, the Presidio. That's right. Just stuck it, and the guy's just down on his knees, and that's what happens. So that point there, CV22, is quite an amazing shot. Of course, the old stomach 9. I always taught my kids when they were younger. That's anyone grabs them, they just go, okay. Bide your time. And with all the little force they had, hit there. And many's the time that I've been dropped by training and doing that. So you teach your kids the most deadly applications known to man. Don't hold back when your kids are concerned. So there's fingers across the eyes, look. See? Here's some sort of, this represents any sort of attack. It can be a punch. Fingers across the eyes. That's first move of the Taiji, the inward transform. See? And that's what I'm learning subconsciously. I don't think, hit him there. I can train it. I can say, that's a good move. I throw a punch, bang, yeah, okay, great. Then you go straight back to the abstract way. There's a try. There's an attacking strike, an offensive measure. There's the offensive measure. So the rule is, whenever there's anything different than walking down the street, you attack. That's the rule. So even if Eli makes it say, I'm not grabbing his hand. If I were to grab Eli's hand, he would attack me, because it's not walking down the street. All I do is, I put my ring finger, this is roll back. That's roll back. Let's roll that. So if I would again change my